Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That should pretty much set up what this run is going to be about. So, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, because of the way this build is working, I decided the Hope Robe would be my best bet, as it just gives me a little bit of everything, which is kind of what a good swordsman needs, is a little bit of everything. We're going with Ice Daggers for quick, precise strikes, Gust Burst to draw enemies into my quick, precise strikes, Crystalline Balestra for that nice lunging, sweeping slash frost, and Flame Cleaver because, hey, why not? Plus, that works out very well with the Hunter Stiletto. A sword so beautiful that you've not yet seen its equal. But it's not a sword, it's a stiletto. You get the idea, it works well with Flame Cleaver. Because now what I can do is light bitches on fire, and then proceed to do extra damage to them. And once again, going with the whole front-loading difficulty thing, the chilling dungeons, there you go, would be the best place to go. Now, this is all in service of hopefully getting either Shu or Zeal later, so let's see what happens. Well, there's Shu right at the end, so hopefully we have what we need to get things rolling, and I'm just going to ignore the idea that I got Atlas yet again. Okay, Hun, you really need to give me something I can work with here. Plus, none of that is really, you know, a swordsman material anyway. So, for the uninitiated, Inigo Montoya is the swordsman character in The Princess Bride. How many of you actually didn't know that, I don't really know, but, like I said, for the uninitiated, I don't have 2 lightning spells. He is actually a very artistic, well-trained, and very likable character. The only reason why he comes up against Wesley in the first place is because he's being hired out. Oh, you just made my day. Is because he's being hired out by the Sicilian. I don't know his name offhand, but you should know who I'm talking about when I say inconceivable! Perhaps one of the most lasting legacies of both that character and that actor. Aside from maybe the part where he says, never engage in a land war in Asia, and never bargain with a Sicilian when death is on the line! By the way, for what it's worth, I really like Princess Bride. I think it's a fantastically fun movie. So I could take that. I'm just not sure how I feel about having my critical hit chance. Usually when I say that, what that translates into is, yeah, I don't think that's a good one. I screwed up. So, as you can well see, Ice Dagger is extraordinarily precise, like, to the point where it can be kind of difficult to land a proper succession of blows with it. That's another part of the reason why I chose some of the moves that I did, because I know that Ice Daggers can be a little bit difficult to land proper successive blows with. So I chose something that would be just a little bit more user-friendly. Now, we're gonna save our money and hope to find something good on the next floor. Now remember, Inigo Montoya, he is an artist. And that beautiful sword that he carries is stuff of legends. It's a shame he has to go up against the Dread Pirate Roberts with it, but hey, who's to say that that wasn't part of the plan all along? Alright, so one of the things that I would really like to see is another move that allows a slightly longer-lived status effect. Like, it's hard to justify one when working with someone who's strictly a swordsman, but another thing that I'm working with is that he is also skilled with acrobatics. So that opens the way for a few more interesting ideas. Oh, I forgot to mute my phone apparently. I made an oops. And I can't affect you with any status effects, so I just have to get, clobbered in the face. Because that's the smart thing to do. Well, I mean, we're talking about artistry, why not take the Lotus Frost Stone? And since this is a primarily close-range build, the Frost Stone will help quite a bit, I think. Yeah, who do you think you are? I think I am a eldritch abomination designed to end your life in order to feed my hunger and blah! Yeah, that's what you get stabbed. So one thing that's... Hun, what is this? What is... Okay, so that I can upgrade. Yay. What is the rest of this crap? Seriously. Is there anything here that I could even... see? Inigo Montoya doesn't really deal with projectiles. The only reason why I took Flame Cleave is because that is just a blade of flame. But shock assaults? I mean, that's about the closest I can think to something that he would use. He doesn't throw... He doesn't have throwing knives or shurikens, so I can't use Starbolt. Like, I had kind of made reference to the idea that I'm thinking about doing a tier list video ranking the vendors. You can be pretty well assured that, at least from my eyes, Iris's... I mean, to be fair, all of the vendors are strong and useful in their own way, but yeah, I get a little tired of Iris completely screwing me over. Crashing Meteor, I can't use that. Alright, so let's hop back here. Following up a basic with another increases its critical hit chance. It's not bad. And when the only thing I can justify is Shock Assault, and it won't even be very good against Atlas later, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say yes, I will take the Tapping Gloves. So, ice daggers may have a very precise strike range, but what it lacks in user-friendliness, it makes up for in speed, I feel. That having been said, I typically do still prefer other basics, but this one is definitely workable. Yay! Showed that wall who's boss. How dare you be a physical obstruction in the path of my justice! Oh, real fair. Real fair, huh? Okay, that was overkill. Oops! No, he's not a summoner. That's okay. At least I'm used to only really getting a few spells and just having to use them properly. That's right, birds. Now, as far as just film goes, it is very possible that Princess Bride is amongst one of my favorite films of all time. I love that movie to death, and it's because it's not just a movie about, you know, cheesy romance. I mean, that is a part of it, don't get me wrong, but it makes up for a lot with good storytelling, strong, well-written, and likable characters. Alright, so I'm seeing that either Strongman's Hammer or Adorable Mimic would be good to take. So let's see what I end up having towards the end of the floor. One of those two will be in my possession by the time I'm done here. There we go. So what we're working with this run is speed and precision. Not the things that tend to work out best when you have some of the controller problems that I do, but I'd say it still works out quite nicely. I'm trying to make sure that I'm being as exact as possible with my button presses, especially my D-pad inputs, so that this is as little of a problem as possible. Not always the easiest thing to do, but I'll go with it. And why'd you stand right in front of a pit? What did you think was going to happen? Beautiful. See, the more relics I get leading up to having a full relic pool, the more... Oh, smooth. Okay, I don't think it's a good idea to take that because I'm still in need of cash. And if I take the Golden Armor of Envy, everything will be more expensive, and then it'll just be more difficult for me. So I actually just straight up like Megalodon Tooth. I'm thinking that's probably what I want to do, but before I jump on that bandwagon, let's see if Iris is selling me anything that would be useful. Looks like someone lost their footing. Smug laugh. Alright, so yes, we can take Crystalline Balestra. Now, Thunderdrop is an interesting one because I had mentioned that the character of Inigo Montoya is an acrobatic character. He gets work done through swift actions and footwork. So Thunderdrop is indeed a possibility. What I need to determine is whether or not I want to take that. And I have to say, right now the answer is I'm not sure. But with Crystalline Balestra now doing 3 hits, I'm very happy with how this is turning out so far. So, now the question becomes, do I take Thunderdrop? I think, for the sake of things, we're going to take Megalodon Tooth, we're going to take Thunderdrop, and then we will indeed take Strongman's Hammer. I was thinking it was going to be Adorable Mimic, and then I saw what was in the shops and said, yeah, let me change that. That's right, birds, you can't hold me down. Always thinking one step ahead. I'm sorry, sir, but you had no chance. You guys also have no chance. So, and the reason why I like Thunderdrop is, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's a quick, swift jump move, which you know how I feel about jump moves. They're typically useful for getting yourself out of tight situations, and as a good lead into combat, without exposing yourself because you make the jump beforehand. And I gotta say, Gust Burst is actually doing me some good here. Drag the enemies in, beat them over the head with daggers made out of ice. What's not to love? Oh, luxury handbag. Right. That's a pretty easy one. 10% doesn't seem like much, but remember, 10% of 20 is still 2. And all of those percentages add up. And because of Hunter's Stiletto, I was able to hit him in such a way that even though he's actually resistant to electricity, he took extra damage from it. Not a word of this to anyone. What, the millionth time embarrassingly falling into a pit? No, we won't tell anyone at all. Haha! And that's what you get. Another thing I like about... Oh, what do we have here? Anything I want? I have Strongman's Hammer, so I could make use of Curse Eater's Mask. But I also want to make sure that I can... yeah, Controller. Well, that was some horse shit. Well, now I'm not entirely sure what to do. I wanted to pick up the Ice Dagger upgrade so it would get the 10% bonus instead of the 10% penalty. But after that little slip up, now I'm not sure if I even can. So Ice Dagger might have to wait. By might, I mean it's absolutely going to have to wait because I just got my ass stomped. We are going to take Curse Eater's Mask, though. And we should be able to find 12 coins pretty quick. And by that I mean I made a mistake and we're right at the end of the level. Alright, so now the question is, buy the potion or take a risk? If you don't know which option I'm going for, you haven't been watching this channel long enough. So we just need to make sure we're paying very close attention to what Atlas is going to do, so that we can dodge and punish. Otherwise known as whip punishing. Hey, I swear that I was not trying to attack in that direction. There we go. Alright, so one embarrassing hit, but otherwise not bad. Ball Lightning. I love Ball Lightning, but when on this run, that's a no-go. Unfortunately, most projectiles are kind of a no-go unless I can justify them being produced by the edge of a sword, like Flame Cleaver. Alright, so I need to make sure I'm being very careful. I guess Riptide was another option, but I figured the Ice Daggers was a little bit smarter. And I can get the Ice Dagger upgrade, but first, I want to see what else is available and maybe try to get some health back. Oh, and what I was starting to say earlier is, like Spark Contact, you can actually make quite a bit of movement with Ice Dagger while you're using it. I guess I was using that up against a wall like a dumbass, so oops. I see heavy travel jacket. Perhaps explaining how he got hit with a knife at the end of the movie and still managed to live. Either that or it was just sheer determination. It's like, no, I found my father's killer. I am not letting this opportunity go to waste. Which, I mean, you know, were I in his position, I wouldn't let it go to waste either. And you dedicate so much of your life to vengeance, there's no sense of throwing it away at the end. And my phone is getting blown up. I hope that whatever is going on over there is worth a damn. And I'd like to know why I'm not allowed to cast any of my spells. Now, for what it's worth, I have an answer to that question. The problem that I'm having is that Strongman's hammer is actually increasing my cooldown rates. So, I mean, you know, it's very rude of it to do, but I know what's going on. Oh, if only I could find the doctor. She could help me out. Alright. I don't know why I'm still exploring when I really should just be going for a health potion. You know, try to justify it as I might, but unfortunately I still need to do it. At this point, I can't turn my nose up at health potions. Especially when the game is just screwing me over like this. Now, admittedly, yes, this is an awkward run, but not so awkward that I should be having this much trouble with it. Alright, we're having some trouble. Okay, I don't know if dated sunglasses are going to help, but I know what I can do with them. You, sir, take that. Very good. Now let's come back over here, see if there's anything I really want. I like the idea of Wanderer's mechanism, I really do. But Roxel's Pendulum can also negate about 8% of the penalty I'm getting from Strongman's hammer, so there you go. Seems like a fair trade to me. Now, really, the Andre the Giant character would probably make a better fit for Strongman's hammer, but remember, for these runs, I'm not being super picky choosy about my relics, not for theme runs. I have to be picky choosy with them on the challenge runs, but there is no need for me to do that on theme runs. Because to me, the theme runs are defined more so by the actions taken and the abilities used, not necessarily by which trinkets you pick up. Some of you may disagree with me on that, but ultimately I feel as though it's better that way so that I don't get completely screwed over. Hey, could we maybe not do these stupid hit scan enemies? Like, oh, you just so happen to be standing in that area? Great, we'll just do a bunch of damage for you. Oh, okay. So you guys get to have instant charge shots and no chance for me to strike back. Awesome. I feel like I'm being kicked around a little bit more so than usual on this run. Like, is it just me? Like, is it just strictly that I'm an idiot? I'm probably gonna regret that. But I have made my bed. And should I fail, I will still have to lie in it. Well, that works. Bye-bye! There we go. That worked out nicely. Alright, so there, once again, is the Ice Dagger upgrade, which I've turned down a few times now because I've needed to put my money towards other things. I'm hoping this time I can take it, but I'm also a little bit worried about my health, and I am trying to find Anders so I can get myself a health potion. Oh, here we go. Perfect. And, you know, not trying to be rude or anything, but just saying, this would have been useful on the last floor. Just saying. Not trying to be rude, just saying. Now, the only reason why I'm worried about this is because I want to go from it having a 10% penalty to having a 10% bonus, which will essentially mean that Ice Dagger, just by getting the enhancement, essentially got a 20% bonus to its damage. Alright, I think we're ready. Because the frank fact of the matter is, all having the enhanced Ice Dagger does is make it so that you throw the last one. Sorry, it's just... I don't know, it's not very kicking. I guess they figured the speed and knockback of the move was enough that they didn't really need to do anything else with it. I personally beg to differ, but eh. What do I know? I've only put hundreds of hours into this game. Worth it. Oh no, not minor damage. And actually I can justify tearing Whirlwind because that's essentially whirling blades, and I'm fine with that. It's not the most useful spell in the world, but there's movement and constant damage attached to it. How did he get to turn around so quickly? Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, I had that coming. Alright. Got that done and over with quick. By all rights, I should be buying the health potion, but nah. That's coming in here a little risky. You could say that perhaps the route I'm taking is the risky boots route. I hope some of you at least have some idea who Shantae is. Because otherwise that joke is just going to make me look like a buffoon. You know, as if I'm not used to looking like a buffoon already. go. Perfect. Alright, doing good so far. Haha! Risky Boots is paying off! I just wish that Sura was capable of being hit by status effects so that, you know, Hunter Stiletto didn't seem completely worthless. Risky Boots still paying off, yeah! Ow. Not that time, though. There we go. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. We will open and end the run with the same thing. Also, that was a really fast run. I just noticed, like, might have been because I just started faster, but to have one of my videos clock in at under 40 minutes is kind of impressive. So there you go. The acrobatic swordsman has won the day. He might not have won the poll, but perhaps in some small way, he's won our hearts. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I had a lot of fun doing this one, even if I did get kind of unnecessarily beat up towards the middle there. So don't forget, the new poll is out, and it's a poll of electricity users, Logiocris versus Ramu, Monster Hunter versus Final Fantasy. It's quite the spectacle. So, again, thank you guys very much for watching. I always appreciate you coming and spending some of your free time with me. Do the usual YouTube dance, and perhaps I'll see you on my social media. Until next time, my name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you